This conference will now be recorded.
So in today's session, we are going to discuss about the security features. We will see what exactly the security features, what is the use, why should we go for security features in Salesforce, even though Salesforce itself is a secured product. What are the various security features offered by Salesforce? And how can we configure the security features in Salesforce? We'll see practically one by one. Now, so as part of the security features, so what are the various features we are going to discuss? First of all, let me give you the agenda. So let me explain the agenda, that what are the various features we are going to discuss as part of this security features. Now, so as part of the security, it is the most important feature as part of admin. As part of admin, security is the most important feature which has been given by Salesforce. So let me list out the agenda, but what are the various features we are going to be discussing as part of this security features in Salesforce. Now, the first feature we have to discuss is overview of security features. Okay, there is an agenda which we are going to discuss as part of security features. It's a lengthy feature, it's a lengthy concept basically. The first of all, we have to understand the overview of security. That means why should we go for security features in Salesforce? So even though Salesforce itself is a secured product. Next, second one. Second one, we are going to be discussing about the concept of licenses overview. So we'll see what exactly a license, what is the use, we'll see practically over here. So now we are going to be discussing about the various types of licenses. Types of licenses available in Salesforce, and then how can we verify the available licenses? How can we verify the available licenses inside your organization? How can we verify that? We'll see practically as part of this. Next. The next one is we are going to be discussing about the concept of profiles. As part of these profiles, we are going to be discussing about the profiles overview, So what exactly a profile and what is the use? Why should we go for the profiles in Salesforce? We'll see. And then we'll see the concept of types of profiles. Types of profiles. What are the various types of profiles are available inside the organization? And the next one we'll see creating custom profiles. Creating custom profiles. How to create our own custom profile in Salesforce, we'll see practically. And then we'll see the concept of assigning profiles to users. How can we assign the profiles to the users? We'll see. Next. The fourth feature is user management. The fourth feature is user management. As part of this user management, we are going to be discussing about users overview. What exactly a user? And then we'll see creating a user inside the organization. How can we create the users inside your Salesforce instance? And then editing the user details. Editing the user details. Suppose if the user forget about the password, then how can we reset the user's password? Reset the user passwords. How can we reset the user's password? We'll see practically. And the next one, how can we deactivate the user? And then how can we freeze the users? How can we freeze the users? We'll see. It's a common question in every interview, difference between deactivation and the freeze. It's a common question. Next. The seventh feature is, as part of this user management, we are going to discuss about the user login history. How can we verify the user's login history? We'll verify. And then we'll see grant account login access. Grant account login access. And then we will have prevent user from relogin. Prevent the user from relogin again after login as a user account. And then we'll be having the concept of audit setup trials. Audit setup trials. And then we are going to be indicating expire all user passwords in one shot. Expire all user password in one shot. How can we make all the users passwords has to be get expired in one shot? We'll see. And then we'll see the concept of remote site settings. Remote site settings. Next, the fifth one. Next concept is roles. As part of these roles, we have to understand the roles overview. What exactly the concept of roles? And then creating the roles. That means creating the role hierarchy. Creating the role hierarchy, or the set up the role hierarchy over there. We'll see practically. And then assigning the roles to the user. Assigning the roles to the user. And then We'll see the concept of OWD, that is called as organization wide defaults. As part of this OWD, we are going to be discussing about the overview of OWD. And the second one, we are indicating the OWD options. As part of this OWD options, we are having the various options are available, like private, public read-only, public read-write, public read-write transfer, public full access, no access, view only, use, and controlled by parent. These are the various options are available. And as part of this, we are going to be discussing about the sharing settings. Now here we'll see a feature assigning the OWD for the object. Assigning OWD option for object. Then we are going to be discussing about the sharing settings. Inside we'll see overview of sharing. And then we'll see the concept of types of sharing in Salesforce. And then we'll see the concept of manual sharing. In this manual sharing, we are going to be discussing about sharing record to a single user. Second one, sharing record to multiple users. Here we are going to be discussing about the concept of public groups. Public groups. As part of this public groups, we'll see overview of public groups, and then creating public groups. And then we'll see sharing record to public groups. And then we'll see the concept of automated sharing. Here we are discussing about the sharing rules overview, and then creating sharing rules. Creating sharing rules to share the users, records to the users. And then we'll see the concept of, and then we'll see the concept of transfer record ownership, transferring the record ownership. Inside this, we'll see the concept of overview of transfer. Second one, types of record transfer. How many ways are there to transfer the record ownership? And then as part of this, we are going to be transferring the records manually. Manual transfer. As part of this manual transfer, we are going to be discussing transfer record ownership to user. And then we are going to be discussing about a concept called as queues. As part of this queues, we'll see the queues overview, creating queues in Salesforce. We'll see transfer records to queue. How can we do that? We'll see practically. And then automated transfer. As part of this automated transfer, we are going to be discussing about a feature called as assignment rules overview, creating assignment rules. Creating assignment rules. As part of this one, we are going to be discussing about lead assignment rules. Second one, case assignment rule. Case assignment rules. And then we'll see the concept of transfer record to queue automatically. Next. The next concept is the Web2 lead feature. Configuring Web2 case. Configure email to case. That means by sending the email notification, how can we create the case record? And then lead auto response rules. And the case auto response rules. And the case escalation rules. And the next feature will be profiles. Here we'll be going with the detailed information of the profile. Creating custom profiles. Granting the permissions to users with the profiles. And then we'll see the concept of permission sets. Here we'll see the permission sets overview, and then creating permission sets. Assigning permission sets to users. And then we'll see the concept of login IP ranges. Login hours. And then we'll see the concept of grant access using hierarchies. Grant access using hierarchies we are going to be discussing over here. We'll configure the password policies. Password policies. These are the various features we are going to be discussing as part of the security concept. Security feature is the most important feature as part of your configuration. Whenever you are attending the interviews,
Hello?
Think we lost the connection.
Okay, I believe so. It is good. It is good that he should cancel today's session.
Hello, sir. Are you hear me? Hello.
I believe there is some issue with his internet. I don't know what's happening. Let's wait for some time. On the screen.
Did we have classes on this Saturday and Sunday?
Which development class?
No, this course, whatever is continued.
Admin, no, we didn't have any classes.
You get assignments? Did you all get assignments?
No.
I think we didn't get them.
No.
I was told that it would be uploaded to our drives on Friday, but it was not.
Didn't he also mention that, I'm sorry, didn't he also mention that he was going to give us the questions for, I guess, the admin?
We can't move on.
For the admin development, right? Are you talking
No,
about the
not the
dumps?
development. No, not the
No.
dumps. I think he actually said he was going to give all the questions, the interview questions on one sheet and also the admin questions on one sheet. He was going to upload that into the drive out as well, but I don't think he
We
did
didn't
that
get them
either.
also, I think. I think we need to make a collective request from all of us so that we can get the I think somehow we're missing the practice also. If we get some use cases or like that, we can practice them and we can be up to date, right? Otherwise, it's very hard to remember all of them at once. Like when they're telling, it's fine.
To learn other than what sir explains. Maybe one or two scenarios he explains.
I think if we collectively make a request, I think it might work.
If at all, we may get assignments previously we got for 1-2 exercise, but it is as simple as like if he explains 5 + 4 is 9, if we ask for assignment, he gives like 4 + 5. Such like it is related, not like out of box or some challenging task.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like basic, if we ask some practice assignments, then if we have some doubts and for the complex ones we can ask also, but basics also.
Now, so now let's see this one. So these are the various features we are going to be discussing as part of this security. And then this is the agenda, and this is the most important feature as part of admin concepts. And we'll see each and every feature one by one.
Rose, how many more, I guess, other than security features, what else do we have to still cover for admin?
Sorry?
Other than just the security features, what else do we have to cover for the
Yeah,
admin?
we have a few more features are available. We'll see. But as part of security concept, these are the various list of features we are going to discuss. Generally, people won't discuss these many features. Simply, they will cover what is what. But we will go in detail each and every functionality, how to implement, so that you can be a master of security concept in Salesforce. So that if they ask in the entry point of view any question, you should be able to answer. Now, so these are the list of almost 70 to 80 features are available that we are going to be discussing as part of the security concept. So let's start with the overview feature. We'll see what exactly the security overview, and we have to understand why should we go for the security features in Salesforce first. Whenever we are going to starting the concept, first of all, we have to start from why this concept. What we have currently, what are the drawbacks in that? How can we overcome with the help of this new feature? Now, so first of all, we have to understand the overview. So what exactly the security feature? Why should we go for the security features over here? Now let's see. Now, for example, let me explain the internal concept of Salesforce, how it is maintaining the security. Now, for example, that you know that as part of Salesforce, Salesforce is purely supporting multi-tenant architecture, where instead of allocating a dedicated server for each and every customer, Salesforce is going to be allocating some amount of memory space in that particular server for each and every customer. For each and every customer, Salesforce is going to be allocating some amount of memory space. That already you know that concept. Now, as part of our initial concept during the server instances, we have discussed how Salesforce is allocating the memory space for each and every organization. We have discussed about that concept also. Now, so that for example, assume that we have a Salesforce server. Assume that we have a Salesforce server. So this is the Salesforce server that we have. Assume that the server number is some AP16. Okay, Asia Pacific region 17th server. Okay, Asia Pacific regions 17th server. So this is the AP16 server that we have right now. Guys, just a minute. Just give me a minute. I will be back. Now, I'm having this server AP16. So know that already you know that Salesforce is not allocating the complete server to a single customer. Salesforce is allocating some amount of memory space for each and every customer. So whenever a customer wants to utilize the Salesforce services, then Salesforce is allocating some amount of memory space inside this server for that customer. Assume that a customer showed interest. Okay, the customer showed interest, so that for that customer one, it is allocating some amount of memory space. Salesforce is allocating some amount of memory space for this customer one. This is called as what? Organization. You know that concept here. Organization one, which is for some customer one. So each and every organization will be having some ID that you know that is called as organization ID, which is always starting with a 00D. 00D 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the idea of this organization. For example, one more customer showed interest, so that Salesforce is allocating some different amount of memory space here. So this is for organization 2 and then customer 2. This is organization 2, that is nothing but customer 2. So now for this organization, it is allocating that memory space, and then it is having the organization ID that is called as 00D, some 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. For example, assume that. Because organization ID is a 18 characters alphanumerical number. Next, the third one. One more customer showed interest. So for that customer, Salesforce is allocating the memory space for that organization. That is organization 3, and then that is for customer 3. It is organization 3 and the customer 3. For this organization, Salesforce is allocating the memory space over 00D, some 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like that here in a single Salesforce server. In a single server, now tell me for how many organizations Salesforce is allocating the memory space. Salesforce is allocating the memory space for 8,000 plus organizations. So in a single server, you will be having more than 8,000 organizations will be available here. That means more than 8,000 customers data is available inside a single server. More than 8,000 customers applications are running in a single server. More than 8,000 customers applications, data, files, records, documents, everything will be available inside a single server. So 8,000 customers are sharing this a single server. Now, so this is the concept, you know that. Now in this case, so now tell me here in this case, these all are the customers. So whenever these people has created the Salesforce account, nothing but they're having their own organizations. So now organization means what? Salesforce account, right? Suppose for example, I'm having my own Salesforce account also, which we have created. Okay, we have created as part of our course. So I'm having my username and the password. Okay, I'm having my username and the password also. I'm having my username and the password. And now in this case, whenever I'm creating a new Salesforce account, you will be getting the Salesforce CRM application on free of cost, right? Yes. That means Salesforce is providing the Salesforce CRM application. That means it is providing the sales application, service application, marketing application. All these applications will be giving the Salesforce to you, right? Yes. Now, in our batch, we are having almost some 30 members are there. Everybody is having your own Salesforce account. Everybody is having their own sales account, sales application, service application, marketing, content, charter, app launcher, community. All the applications are available or not? Yes. Assume that we are all having our own Salesforce accounts. So everybody is having your own organization. So, but I assume that all the organizations are there inside my AP16 server. Okay, all the organizations are there in the AP16 server. Like for example, Shruti is having her own organization, like some Shruti is from customer 1. Like for example, I'm indicating this. So Shruti will be the customer 1. And then second customer will be like some Shravan. Shravan is the second customer. Customer 3, some Suma. Customer 4, some Sushma. Like that, here we all are having your own Salesforce account. Everybody is having your own organization. Assume that we all are having that memory space in that AP16 server. Now tell me, everybody is able to create the account record, right? Yes. Because Shruti is creating her own account records, Shravan is creating his own account record, Suma is creating her own account records, and then Soumya is creating her own account records, and then Sushma is also creating her own account records. Like that here, everybody will be having the access to the Salesforce CRM application, and then as part of Salesforce CRM application, they can create the account records, contact records, campaign records, lead records, and the case records, solution records, everything. So now tell me in this case, for example, if Shruti is creating a Salesforce account, where this account record will get results. All the account records will be storing where inside a account table. Okay, account table. So Salesforce is maintaining an account table over there. In that account table, Shruti's record will be getting created. Now, so now tell me in this case. So now Shravan is also creating his own account record. Then where this account record will get stored? In the account table. Which account table? The same account table or is it a different account table? The same account table. Salesforce is not creating a separate account table for each and every organization. Like for example, so for the organization 1, a separate account table, contact table, opportunity, case, solution tables, and then for the organization 2, separate account table, separate contact, separate case, separate lead table, not like that. Salesforce is maintaining only one set of tables. Salesforce is maintaining only one set of objects which will be common to all the organizations available in the across all the region servers. Not only for this AP16 region organizations, across all the region servers, Salesforce is maintaining only one set of objects. Like for example, assume that you will be having your own house. In your house, you will be having some 7 members are there, or some 4 family members. Okay, some 4 family members are there. So now tell me, will you maintain a separate set of items for each and every member? No. Like we are having a TV. For every member, we are not maintaining a separate TV. Only one TV is there in my house. Everybody is seeing that same TV. We are having a kitchen. Everybody is using that same kitchen. We are having a dining table. Everybody is using that same. We are having a fridge. We are using this common over here. We are having a car. Everybody is using that same car. That means these are common items are available. These are some common items are available. In this case, when coming to the Salesforce instance also, Salesforce is not maintaining a separate object for each and every organization. Salesforce is maintaining only one set of objects. Salesforce is maintaining only one set of objects which can be using by all the organizations. So Salesforce is maintaining only one campaign table, one lead table, one account table, one contact table, one opportunity table, one case table, one solution table, only one. The same tables are using by all the organizations. Shruti's records are also storing in the same tables. Shravan's records are also storing in the same table. Suma's records also storing in the same tables here. No difference at all. Now, so now here in this case, suppose for example here. Okay, now here in this case, for example, let's come to a scenario. Salesforce is maintaining only one account object over here. Okay, Salesforce is maintaining only one account object over here. As part of this database.com, Salesforce is maintaining only one account object. Inside this account object, I'm having this ID column. I'm having this account record name column, rating column, industry column, annual revenue column. These are the various columns are available over here. So now this is my account object over here. This is my account object. Inside this account object, I'm having few fields are available. Account ID, account name, rating, industry, annual revenue. These are the various fields are available inside my object over here. These are the various fields are available inside my object. Now, so in this case, Salesforce is maintaining only one object here. Only one account object will be utilizing by all the organizations here. So now in this case, so these are the various fields are available. Like that, we have some other fields also, phone, fax, all these things. I'm not typing all those information right now. In this case, what happened? Table is only one. So whenever Shruti is creating an account record, that will be storing inside this. Whenever Shravan is creating an account record, that is also storing in the same table. Whenever Suma is also creating the record, those will be storing inside that same table. That means all the people's records will be storing inside that same table. Now tell me, how can we maintain the security? Like for example, come to a general scenario. Assume that I'm staying in a room, like as a single bedroom flat. I'm staying in a single bedroom flat. I'm the only person I'm staying inside that flat as of now. I'm having my mobile, my laptop, and I'm having my vehicle keys are also available. I'm having some credit cards, debit cards, so many things are available. I'm having some jewelry also. So I'm only the person staying inside this particular flat, so nobody is entering into my flat. So whatever the items that we have, my credit cards, debit cards, mobiles, laptops, everything I can place wherever I want inside my room. I can place these items wherever I want inside my room. Because nobody is entering into my room, so that here nobody will touch my items, so these are safe. Suppose, for example, from tomorrow onwards, a new person is joining into my flat. Because I'm unable to pay that much of rent right now, the rent is very high, so I'm feeling burdened to pay that rent. So that I have requested one of my friend to share my room also, to share my flat. So from tomorrow onwards, he is joining my flat. Now tell me in this case what we can do. What about my valuable items like as credit cards, debit cards, mobiles, laptops? Can I place wherever I want? No. I need to protect those items from that unauthorized people. Even though he may be my friend, he may be my relative also, we need to protect these items. We need to make it safe. Why? Whenever if you are having only one person, then no need of any security. Suppose if the second person is entering into that particular flat, then security will come into the picture. Okay. If multiple people are going to be using that, then security will come into the picture over there. Like the similar way here also. So in this case, Salesforce is not maintaining separate account objects. If the Salesforce is maintaining separate account object for every organization, no need of any security. But now Salesforce is not providing a separate account object for each and every organization. Salesforce is maintaining only one account object for all the region servers. Across the globe, whenever if any of the Salesforce developer will create an account record, that will be coming into the account object directly. Now, so in this case here, how Salesforce is differentiating? Suppose for example here, assume that Shruti has created some records over here. Shruti has created some 2 account records. For this account record, the ID is 001, which is some 4566. Name is which is some Ram Kumar. Is the customer name, rating value some heart, industry some banking, and then annual revenue some 40 lakhs. Shruti has been creating one more record also, 001 because 5678, and then the name is some Pradeep. He is the second customer, Pradeep Kumar. Rating is some warm, industry is some finance, annual revenue some 78 lakhs. One more record Shruti is creating, 001 because 6789. The customer name is some Santosh. Rating is some heart. He is from technology domain. Annual revenue some 56 lakhs. Now these are the three records created by Shruti. Now Shravan is creating his own records like a 001, so 5544. This is the account record ID allocating by Salesforce. The record name will be some Mahesh. So now rating value some cold. This belongs to some education domain. His annual revenue is some 12 lakhs. Next record, the 001 7866. His name is some Kranti. Now rating value some heart. Industry is some consulting. And the annual revenue is some 23 lakhs. These are the two records created by Shravan. Suma has created some records like a 001, so no 8877. The record name is some Suman. Rating value some warm. Industry some chemicals. Annual revenue some 36 lakhs. These are the records. Totally, 6 records are available. From out of these 6 records, out of these 6 records, from out of these 6 records, the first 3 records will be created by Shruti. Shruti has created the record 1. Shruti has created the record 2. Shruti has created the record 3. Let me place this one. Shruti has created the record 1. And then second record also has been created by Shruti. Next, third record also created by Shruti. Next, the next 2 records have been created by Shravan. Now, the next 2 records here. The next 2 records have been created by Shravan. This record has been created by Shravan. This record also has been created by Shravan. And then Suma has created one record over here. This record has been created by Suma. Now, so now tell me how Salesforce will differentiate that. These are the first 3 records have been created by Shruti. Next 2 records are from Shravan. Last one record is from Suma.
Org ID.
Okay. Now, whenever it is going to be
ID and user.
Now, in this case, it is going to storing the organization ID. That means here to differentiate. Like whenever the Shruti has logged into her account, she can see only her 3 records over here, not the remaining records. Whenever Shravan is logging into his account, he can see only his 2 records. Remaining records he can't see. Whenever Suma has logged into her account, she can see only 1 record. Not all the account records. How Salesforce is differentiating? Whenever the records are storing, of course, all the records are storing in the same object. But even though if all the records are storing in the same object, Salesforce will differentiate the records. How Salesforce is maintaining one additional column over here. In this object, Salesforce is having one additional column over here. That is called as organization ID. This is a hidden table. So this is a hidden column which will not be visible to you. This is for the internal purpose of Salesforce. You will be having a column called as organization ID column over here. In this organization ID, it will be holding the ID of the organization also. So now first 3 records are created by whom? Okay, Shruti. So that here, what is the ID of the organization? 00D12345. So it will be holding this ID over. Second record created by the same, so that it will be holding this ID here. Third record has been created by whom? That is also with the same, so that here it will be holding this ID. That means along with the record ID, it is going to be storing the organization ID also. And then last record has been created by whom? Suma. What is the Suma's organization ID that will be storing inside this record? And then, so next one here. The remaining 2 records have been created by whom? That has been created by Shravan. What is the Shravan's organization ID? It will be holding that ID 00D, like at 23456. Here also 00D 23456. It will be holding that ID over. That means what? Along with that details of the record, it will be storing that organization ID also in order to differentiate. So now this record is belongs to which organization? In order to differentiate the record from organization to organization, Salesforce is using an additional column inside this table that is called as organization ID. Okay. Along with that, the record details, it will store the ID of the organization also, which will be indicating to which organization this record will be getting associated.
Sir, this applies to only standard objects, right, sir?
Sorry?
This concept applies to only standard objects, right? For custom
Yeah,
objects, maybe.
Yeah, for the custom object also, we'll be having some different concept. Okay, now, so that here, organization to organization, it is going to be differentiating the record details by placing that organization ID also. Along with the record details, it will be storing the organization ID. Now, come to a
Sir, sorry to interrupt you. I have a question. However, we are creating the custom object, but the DB is same, so the concept will remain same, right?
Yeah, concept will remain same, but there you will be having one more additional column. Let me complete this part here so that we can understand more.
Sure, sure.
Okay, now, so now in this case here, for example, so this is a Sruti's organization over here. For example, in this Sruti's organization, we have 2 users are there. Okay, assume that we have 2 users are there inside this organization. I'm having some 2 users. Assume that I have 2 users inside my organization. 2 users are available. We have the user 1. We have the user 2. 2 users are there inside my organization over here. As part of this Sruti's organization, 2 users are available. That means 2 people are accessing this Salesforce account over here. User 1 and then user 2. 2 users are available over here. This is the user 1 and this is the user 2. 2 users are available inside this organization. We have user 1 and the user 2. 2 users are available inside this organization. Suppose, for example, first 2 records have been created by the user 1, next record has been created by user 2. How can we differentiate the records from user to user within the organization? Within the organization, how can we differentiate the record from user to user? Organization to organization, we can able to maintain the organization ID. Inside this record details, along with the details, we are going to storing the organization ID. But if inside a single organization, 2 users are there, so in this case, the first 2 records have been created by user 1 and the next record has been created by user 2. Then how can we differentiate the records from user to user within the same organization?
Ready?
Now, in this case, for each and every user, Salesforce is allocating the user ID. For every user, Salesforce is allocating a user ID here. User ID will be starting with what? What is the user object ID? User object ID.
005.
Right. User object ID is 005. So now here, long back we have discussed user object IDs. You have to remember object IDs, okay, because these are very important. Now, so now assume that user one ID is 005, okay, 2244. And then for the user 2, there is an ID will be allocating by Salesforce 005. So now 3344, for example. These are the IDs here. Whenever if a user is creating nothing but within a single organization, we can have multiple users also. In Salesforce also we'll see, in our account we'll see how to create the users also as part of user management concept. How to create the users, how to modify the users, the details and everything we'll see practically as part of the security. Now, assume that inside a single organization I'm having 2 users are available. Then how can we differentiate these records from user to user within the organization? So now here the first 2 records have been created by the user 1, last record has been created by the user 2. Then how can we differentiate these records? For that one, it will be holding this one. Inside this table, along with this organization ID, Salesforce is going to be holding one more column that is called as user ID column. Salesforce is having one more additional column for the internal reference purpose that is called as user ID. Okay, user ID. This is the user ID column. That means which user has created this record. From this organization, which user has created this record. First record has been created, the first two records has been created by the user 1. And the third record has been created by user 2. Assume that it will be storing the ID of that user also, like as 005 2244. Second record also 005 2244. Third record is created by 002 3344. Nothing but here different user. So in this case here, okay, that means along with the record details, it will be storing the organization ID and the user ID also. This is how Salesforce is maintaining the security of your records. Salesforce is maintaining only one account object for across all the region servers. For across all the regions of servers, Salesforce is maintaining only one account object. Salesforce is maintaining only one account object for across all the regions of servers. It is not maintaining a separate object over there. So in this case, to differentiate the records from organization to organization, it is using organization ID as the additional column. To differentiate the records from user to user within the organization, it is using user ID column over here. So that here, whenever we are going to be using these objects, Salesforce is going to be differentiating the records from organization to organization and the user to user by using this respective user ID and the organization ID. So that when the user 1 is going to be accessing his account records, he can see only 2 records here. When the user 2 has logged into his account, then he can see only his 1 record, not all the records here. This is how Salesforce is maintaining the security internally. Okay. So now in this case, what are the standard objects are available? Standard objects are common to all the organizations automatically. That means Salesforce is maintaining only one copy of standard objects across all the regions of servers. When coming to the custom objects are separate from organization to organization. That means now suppose Shruti has created 2 objects over here, like as object 1, object 2. Then those objects can be accessible by only Shruti over here. Now, Shravan is able to access all the standard objects, but Shravan has created one custom object over here. One custom object 1. That object can be accessible by only this Shravan over here. Shruti can't access, Suma can't access. That means custom objects are different from organization to organization. Okay, what are the standard objects are available inside your organization? Standard objects are common to all the organizations, and the custom objects are specific to that organization only. Other organization people can't access it. Now, let me give you one more point. Suppose, for example, I'm having this standard object is their account. In this account, so now Shruti is creating one additional field that is called as PAN number field. PAN number is what my own custom field which I have created where in my account object. Account object is what standard over here. Now tell me with the PAN number column is visible to Shravan and then Suma? No. What are the custom fields we have created? Custom fields are also specific to the organization, not common to all. Standard objects, standard fields, standard functionalities are common to all the organizations, and the custom objects, custom fields, custom functionalities are specific to that organization. This is how Salesforce is maintaining the differentiations of the records and the objects and the features from organization to organization. Okay, this is the internal concept of Salesforce here, how it is maintaining the security upon storing the records. Okay, now, so in this case, sometimes I want to do some operations, like for example, so now user 1 and user 2, we both are colleagues. Assume that user 1 myself, user 2 is some Roshan. We both are colleagues in the same organization. So now in this case, I have created 2 records and the Roshan has created 1 record. But now I want to share one of my record to Roshan. How can we share? I want to make my records to be visible to the Roshan also. How can we share? Sometimes Roshan wants to make his records to be visible to me. Then how can we do that? In this case here, depends upon your organization, depends upon your application, depends upon your business requirement, we can configure your own features also. For that one, Salesforce has given so many security features by default over here. These are the various security features have been given by Salesforce by default, so that we can use the security features and we can able to configure the security according to our business requirement. So according to our business requirement, we can able to configure the security also over here. That facility is available to you. Okay, now this is the overview of Salesforce security. Then how can we add the users inside the organization? We'll see in tomorrow's session. As part of these users, first of all, we have to discuss about the licenses concept, profiles concept, then we'll see the concept of user management. Then what exactly a license, what is the use, what type of licenses are available, how many licenses has been given by Salesforce by default, we'll see practically one by one in tomorrow's session.